Have you ever felt like you're just um, reacting to life all the time, constantly putting out fires?
Yeah, like you're on a treadmill.
Exactly. And wishing you had a clearer roadmap, maybe, to not just do more, but to actually be more effective, both personally and professionally.
That feeling is so common. Seeking deeper purpose, maybe more control amidst all the chaos.
Well, today we're diving deep into a classic work that's really shaped how millions think about personal development.
Ah, Covey.
Stephen R. Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People came out back in 1989, but still feels incredibly relevant.
Absolutely. It's more than just a self-help guide, wouldn't you say? It's like a whole philosophy for living.
Definitely. And what Covey argues, really, is that true effectiveness isn't about quick fixes.
No, none of that superficial personality ethic stuff. Just techniques for influence.
Right. He pushes us towards developing deep character ethics, things like integrity, humility.
Justice. Fundamental principles. His whole premise is that aligning our lives with these universal principles is the real bedrock of success, not just adopting the latest trend.
That distinction is huge, isn't it? Surface techniques versus fundamental character.
It really is.
So our mission for this deep dive is basically to unpack these 7 habits.
And show how they connect.
Yeah, reveal their structure, how they build on each other, taking us from dependence
Relying on others.
to independence through what he calls the private victory of self-mastery,
And then beyond that.
then into interdependence, working effectively with others via the public victory.
And finally, keeping it all going.
Right, sustainable growth through renewal. So by the end, you should have a really clear picture of this whole framework.
And hopefully see how it could shift your own perspective on effectiveness.
Okay, let's kick off then. The private victory starts with habit 1. Be proactive.
The foundation.
It sounds so simple, doesn't it? We hear be proactive all the time. But what's Covey really getting at here? Why is it number 1?
Well, he means taking complete, absolute responsibility for your life.
Okay.
It's about refusing to blame circumstances or conditions or other people for how you feel or what happens.
Stop being a victim of circumstance.
Exactly. The big shift is realizing you are the architect. You're the creator, not the victim. Your responses, your choices, and how you react, those define your outcomes.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Think about getting stuck in traffic. We've all been there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
A reactive person thinks, ugh, this traffic, it's ruining my day, nothing I can do.
Or familiar.
But the proactive person immediately thinks, okay, what are my options? Can I call ahead? What can I learn so this doesn't happen next time? Or, hey, how can I use this downtime?
So it's an internal shift. From blaming outside forces to owning your response.
Precisely. It's about reclaiming your agency.
It really does feel like taking back the reins, doesn't it? But, okay, I'm being proactive. Where do I focus that energy?
That's where Covey gets practical. He talks about focusing on your circle of influence.
Influence, meaning things I can actually do something about.
Exactly. Things you can directly control or impact. And crucially, choosing not to pour your energy into the circle of concern.
Which is everything else, the stuff I can't control.
Right. Like global politics or the weather or what other people think of you. Worrying about those just drains you.
So proactivity isn't about controlling everything outside.
No, that's impossible. It's about recognizing your freedom lies in choosing your internal response to whatever happens. That's the ultimate power Covey talks about, even when things are really tough.
Okay, that makes sense. So once you embrace that responsibility, being proactive, Covey asks, proactive towards what?
Yes, which leads straight into habit 2. Begin with the end in mind.
This one feels bigger than just setting goals, right? Almost philosophical.
You're right. It is fundamental. Goal setting is part of it, sure, but it goes deeper. Covey argues that leadership is about vision first.
Leadership over management.
Exactly. Before you manage the steps, you need to know your destination, your personal philosophy, your why.
Otherwise, you might just be climbing the ladder efficiently.
But it's leaning against the wrong wall. So many of us get caught up in just being busy, checking off tasks, without defining our true north.
So the practical application here isn't just a to-do list.
No, it's much bigger. It's crafting a personal mission statement.
A mission statement. Like for a company.
Sort of, but for you. It outlines your core values, your long-term vision, your purpose. It acts as your compass for all the important decisions.
So defining success on my own terms, not just chasing what society expects.
Precisely.
How do you even start clarifying something that big? It feels kind of daunting.
Covey offers a really powerful thought experiment to cut through the noise.
Sorry.
Imagine your own funeral.
Whoa, okay. A bit morbid.
Huh, maybe sounds like it, but it's not meant to be. It's about clarity. What do you genuinely want people to say about you? About the life you lived, the person you were?
Ah, I see. It forces you to think about what truly matters in the long run.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
strips away the trivial stuff and focuses you on your deepest values, your legacy. It boils down to self-awareness. Are you designing your life, or are you letting other things design it for you?
That's powerful, the foundational act of personal creation.
Making sure your compass is set before you start the journey.
Okay, so we've taken responsibility with habit 1, we've defined our direction with habit 2. But what about the daily grind? The emails, the meetings, the constant juggle. My inbox feels like it's actively working against me sometimes.
I think we all feel that.
So how does habit 3, put first things first, help us cut through all that noise?
This is where the rubber meets the road. It's the practical daily application of habits 1 and 2.
Turning vision into action.
Right. And the key tool here is Covey's famous time management matrix, prioritizing based on importance, not just urgency.
Ah, the 4 quadrants, I remember those.
Yep. Quadrant 1, important and urgent crises, deadlines, firefighting mode.
Got it.
Quadrant 2, important but not urgent planning, relationship building, learning, exercise, proactive stuff.
The place we should be spending time.
Exactly. Quadrant 3, urgent but not important interruptions, some meetings, emails that scream for attention but don't matter much.
The deception of urgency, he calls it.
Precisely. And quadrant 4, not urgent and not important time wasters, busy work, avoidance.
Okay, so the goal is quadrant 2. But why is it so hard to live there? Q1 and Q3 are always yelling louder. It feels like a constant battle.
It is a challenge. Our default mode, and often our work culture, pulls us into Q1 firefighting or reacting to Q3's false alarms.
So what's the secret?
Discipline. Put first things first means consciously scheduling and protecting time for quadrant 2 activities.
Like blocking it out in your calendar.
Yes, and treating it like an important appointment. Because think about it. An hour spent on strategic thinking or building a key relationship today.
Can prevent a crisis tomorrow.
Exactly. It shrinks quadrant 1 over time. The big takeaway is that real productivity isn't about doing more things. It's about doing the right things, the important things, aligned with your vision.
That feels like the antidote to overwhelm. Truly taking control of your time.
It is. It completes that private victory, mastering your inner world.
Okay, so mastering ourselves is huge. But Covey says that's not the end game, right? True effectiveness involves others.
Correct. Once you're grounded in those first 3 habits, that private victory, you're ready for the public victory, moving into interdependence.
And that starts with habit 4. Think win-win. Which sounds nice, but it's more than just compromise, isn't it?
Much more. It's a fundamental mindset shift. It's about seeking solutions in all your interactions where everyone involved feels they've gained something significant. It's mutually beneficial.
Okay.
The core idea behind this is what Covey calls the abundance mentality.
Abundance, meaning there's enough for everyone.
Yes. Believing there's plenty of success, resources, recognition to go around. It's the opposite of the scarcity mindset, which assumes life is a zero-sum game for me to win, you have to lose.
Which feels pretty common, unfortunately.
It does. Win-win is about trying to expand the pie through creative collaboration, not just fighting over the existing slices. Imagine a negotiation where both sides walk away genuinely happy and feeling respected.
That fosters trust, long-term relationships.
Exactly. That's the goal.
Thinking win-win sounds great, but what about really competitive situations? Or dealing with difficult people who seem determined to play win-lose?
Yeah.
How do you stick to win-win then?
That's where the private victory habits are crucial. It takes courage, habit 1, proactivity, to state your own needs clearly.
Right.
And it takes consideration, real empathy, to genuinely understand and value the other person's needs and perspectives.
So courage and consideration.
Both. You have to avoid the traps of win-lose, I win, you lose, or
Yeah.
lose-win, I'm a martyr, you win. Covey even says sometimes the best option might be no deal if a true win-win can't be found.
Better than a bad deal that breeds resentment.
Precisely. Striving for fairness, even when it's tough, builds that bank account of trust that makes future win-wins much easier. It's a paradigm shift.
Okay, so we're aiming for shared success. That leads us right into communication, which is, well, often where things break down.
Indeed.
Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This feels like it flips our natural instinct completely, doesn't it? We usually just want to get our own point across first.
It absolutely does, and it's possibly one of the most powerful habits. It's all about empathetic listening.
Empathetic listening, meaning
Truly, deeply trying to grasp the other person's perspective, their ideas, their feelings, their frame of reference before you even think about presenting your own viewpoint.
so resist the urge to jump in with my reply.
Yes. Covey says most people don't listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. We're formulating a rebuttal while the other person is still talking.
Guilty as charged sometimes.
We all are. Think about a colleague disagreeing with your proposal. The instinct is to defend it immediately.
Right.
Habit 5 says, pause. Genuinely try to understand why they disagree. What are their concerns? What assumptions are they making? What do they see that you don't?
It's like building a bridge of understanding first, before you try to send your own message across it.
That's a perfect analogy. And it takes real discipline, doesn't it? Suspending your own ego, your own certainties, to truly hear someone else.
Definitely. How do you practice that?
Reflective listening is a key technique. Paraphrase what the other person said in your own words. Not to agree or disagree, just to confirm. So if I'm hearing you right, you're concerned about X because of Y.
Okay. Shows you're actually listening.
It does. And it makes the other person feel heard and valued. Covey argues that when someone feels genuinely understood, they become dramatically more open to hearing your perspective. It creates psychological air.
That makes a lot of sense. Building connection before trying to convince.
Exactly. It's deep communication.
So we've achieved win-win thinking. We're mastering empathetic listening. What does this unlock when people actually work together?
The magic of habit 6. Synergize.
Synergy. Sounds a bit corporate buzzwordy sometimes, but Covey means something specific, right?
He does. It's the ultimate payoff of the public victory habits. It's where the whole becomes truly greater than the sum of its parts. 1 + 1 = 3, or 10, or 100.
How does that happen?
It happens when you combine the unique strengths, perspectives, and experiences of different individuals through open-minded collaboration. And crucially, you don't just tolerate differences, you value them. You celebrate them.
So differences aren't problems, they're opportunities.
Precisely. They are catalysts for new insights and creative breakthroughs that no single person could achieve alone. Imagine a diverse team tackling a problem. If they truly practice habits 4 and 5.
Win-win in understanding each other.
They can often create what Covey calls a third alternative, a solution that's better than what anyone brought to the table initially. It transcends compromise.
So it's not just finding middle ground, but creating an entirely new ground. How do you foster that kind of environment? It sounds amazing, but maybe rare.
It requires real respect for differing views, a willingness to be influenced yourself, and a genuine belief that collective intelligence is powerful.
Practical tips.
Encourage real brainstorming, where crazy ideas are welcome. Don't shoot things down too quickly. Focus on the shared win-win goal. Actively look for those creative third alternatives instead of just settling.
It really leverages the power of diversity in thought.
Absolutely. It's creative cooperation at its best, producing something genuinely new and more impactful, the peak of interdependence.
Wow. Okay, so we've gone through self-mastery, effective relationships. But how do we keep all this going? How do we avoid burnout or just letting these habits fade? My saw gets dull pretty quickly sometimes.
A perfect lead-in to the final habit. Habit 7, sharpen the saw.
This isn't just another habit, is it? It feels like the maintenance plan for everything else.
It absolutely is. It's the energy source, the principle of self-renewal, and maybe the most crucial for long-term sustainability, yet often the first one we neglect when we get busy.
Tell me about it. This habit is the commitment to continuous renewal across 4 key interconnected dimensions of your life.
4 dimensions. Okay, what are they?
Physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual.
Okay. And the key word is interconnected. Neglecting one area inevitably impacts the others. If you burn out physically.
Your mental focus suffers, your patience with others wears thin.
Exactly. You can't effectively practice the other habits. Covey stresses that renewal isn't a luxury, it's essential. It's how you maintain and enhance your personal production capacity, your ability to produce results effectively over the long haul.
So it's proactive self-care, a constant reinvestment in yourself. Can you break down those 4 dimensions a bit more? What does renewal look like day to day?
Sure. Physical renewal is the obvious one.
Yeah.
Exercise, healthy eating, enough sleep, managing stress. It's tending to your body.
Got it. Foundation.
Mental renewal is about keeping your mind sharp and engaged. Reading, learning new things, planning, writing, visualizing, expanding your mind.
Like continuing education for yourself.
Right. Then there's emotional social renewal. This is about connecting with others, nurturing relationships,
Practicing empathy, key for habits 4 and 5. Making service contributions. Investing in your connections.
So quality time, deep conversations. Exactly. And finally, spiritual renewal. This is about connecting with your core values, your inner self. It could be through meditation, prayer, spending time in nature, listening to inspiring music, clarifying your mission statement, habit 2.
Calibrating that inner compass.
Precisely. So sharpening the saw might mean going for a run, physical, reading an industry journal, mental, having a meaningful dinner with your partner, social, emotional, and spending 10 minutes in quiet reflection, spiritual.
And doing these things proactively, not just when you crash.
That's the key. Proactive maintenance, not reactive repair. It keeps your entire system, all 7 habits, running effectively and with vitality.
What a journey. It really ties everything together. So just to recap,
Yeah.
we started with the private victory.
Mastering yourself. Habits
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. Be proactive, begin with the end in mind, put first things first, moving from dependence to independence.
Right. Then we moved to the public victory.
Building strong relationships and collaborating effectively. Habits 4, 5, and 6. Think win-win, seek first to understand, then to be understood, and synergize. Achieving interdependence.
And finally, habit 7, sharpen the saw, keeps the whole engine running. Continuous renewal.
It's such a comprehensive, principle-centered approach, isn't it? Grounded
Yeah.
in those character ethics, responsibility, integrity, empathy. It's a roadmap for becoming a truly effective, complete person.
Building that strong inner core that then influences everything outward.
Exactly.
And the amazing thing is, these aren't just abstract ideas. They're practical shifts in how you think and act. Applying even one consistently can create real aha moments.
Absolutely. Lasting transformative change is possible, moving from just coping to really thriving.
So, as we wrap up, maybe something for you, the listener, to think about.
Consider this. What if you chose just one of the 7 habits to focus on integrating more deeply into your life starting today? How might that single change create a ripple effect? How might it transform not just your own effectiveness, but the quality of your relationships, your impact, your sense of purpose?
Could consciously choosing principle over impulse, even in small ways, start to redefine your whole path forward?